Rock and Roll Trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
What's up, everybody? Monday, February 5th. We had a little bit of a longer weekend because I got to go home Thursday night and just take a quick run to deliver my load on Friday. I was back home by noon. I fully intended to finish up a video at home with Aaron and everything, and we just got to enjoying our life and just hung out and I never picked the camera back up. We're back. We're about to head over here across town to Chattanooga, grab a load and go to Cherokee, Alabama to one of my arch nemesis places, the paper mill over there, Essity. But it's good money for what it is. It can be a pain in the butt on the load, but it's good money. High rate per mile on that load. Love it. I'm going to take it. We're going to do it. Don't know what I'm doing after that, but it's okay. We're going to make it. Things are going to swing in our direction. We're on the move. We're on the move upwards. Good things are going to happen. At least I hope. Fingers crossed. That's what I believe. But yeah, February 5th already, y'all. Can you believe that? Already February 5th. I can't even believe it's 24. And now we've already escaped January and gotten off into February. It's insane. But it's another work week. So I got to go work. I got to go truck. You want to go with me? Let's go do some trucking. Howdy, howdy, howdy again, people. As you saw, we made it out of the gates over there and onto the road, and we are now officially hooked up to our load. We made it over here to our spot in Chattanooga for our drop and hook. Yard trailer is preloaded on the yard, paperwork in the back of it. Didn't even have to speak to a human being, didn't have to go in the door, just drop my empty, hook up the loaded, check everything out, get the paperwork, key in a few things, and back out we go. Didn't even have to talk to anybody. I like it. I like it. It's a good way to live. We're on Monday again. Back to work. Fortunately, we have a way in life to generate income, but unfortunately, we're back to work. And you can not enjoy what you're doing, but be thankful at the same time. That's what you got to learn how to do sometimes. I am thankful that I have some skills and ability and opportunity and know-how, and I'm in a position to keep a roof over my head and keep food in the belly, and Aaron and I are able to live it's not all the way we want to, but pretty comfortably. Way more than a lot of people. We are thankful and grateful for what we have. We have both been down at the very bottom at various times in our lives, and know that it can be worse. And even when we were at our worst, there were people that had it worse than us. So it's like, even when I fuss about not being happy with my situation or anything like that, I don't want anybody to ever interpret that as being I'm not grateful for what I have. I've got a nice place to live right downtown in Chattanooga. Pretty blessed place to live. We pay out the nose for it, but it was a choice of something we wanted to do and wanted to experience and live that way for a while. So fortunately, that little desire of ours is able to be kept up by ourselves, and got a nice car to ride in, and I got my little motorcycle in the garage. It ain't nothing that most hardcore biker folks would want in their driveway, but I like a different kind of motorcycle, and it makes me happy. It zooms and gets me around. Cool to look at, and I have fun on it. And we eat well most of the time. We eat too well a lot of the time. We spend too much of our pocket money money income on eating out, but you know, a person can have worse habits, right? But yeah, like I said, I fuss a lot about not being happy with what I'm doing, and kind of getting burned out on trucking and wanting a new way in life and everything, and that's all true. That's all true, and I don't feel bad about feeling that way. I don't think there's no one should ever have shame in, wanting to move on to the next phase of their life or wanting better, even if they've got it okay. It's okay to stay hungry and want more and evolve and want different things. It's not so much that I want better, it's just that I'm getting to a phase in my life where I want different. I want to live a different way of life from what I'm living right now. And but until then, I'm gonna keep on doing what I've got to do. I'm a blue collar guy through and through. That's all I've ever been. It's what I came from. It's what all my family was before me, and the vast majority of them are now. All the way down to aunts and uncles and grandparents and cousins and everything. I am tried and true blue collar, and I'm gonna keep on living my blue collar life to the best of my ability until I can move onward and upward to the next thing. Trucking has not been a kind industry to the personal life, or not always kind in the financial life, and that's true for a lot of people out there in this industry. It's just a tough industry to be in, and it can be a tough way to live. It can be a good way to live too for some, but most things I do have in life, most things I have had or gotten to do in my adult life, have been pretty closely attributed to truck driving. So, albeit I fuss about the industry, and it is an awful industry, getting worse by the year, worse by the month, honestly, but it's turning into a real cesspool of an industry. But I have to be thankful for the opportunities that it has provided me, as far as keeping money generating and always being able to get a job. The money is not always what it should be, don't get me wrong, but it's better than what I would be getting in a lot of other fields, so while it's not always ideal, I am thankful for it. So, just want to clear that all up, whenever y'all hear me fussing and stuff like that. It's not because I am ungrateful and unthankful for what I have, and I've worked hard for all of it. I've not been handed anything in life, that's for sure. I've worked for it all, but thankfully I have a reasonably strong work ethic, so it is, I don't know. Take all that for what you will. I don't know. Just that got on my mind there, and I felt I should say all that. Don't know why, but there it is. Take from it what you may, Discuss with me in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your views are on, being able to be thankful for what you've got, but still wanting to climb the different rungs on the ladder, even get on different ladders, later in life. What are your thoughts? I'm thankful, but I have other things on it. But we do what we got to do. Always have, always will. That won't change today, and it's not going to change tomorrow. But for now, we got to go get some truck driving done. We got to go get a little bit of fuel. We got to get ourselves over to Cherokee, Alabama. We're going to try and deliver it early. Don't know if it's going to happen. They've been getting picky over there with these appointments. We're going to try. That's all we can do. On literally every aspect of life, all we can do is just give it our best. Give it a go. Try it out. If we run into, a wall, and we got to wait, we'll just have to wait. That's what it'll be. Luckily, this is high rate per mile. It's short haul, but it's high rate per mile. So, it'll be worth it. I'm going to go. Catch y'all on the next clip. See you in a little while. Alright, good, very sunny afternoon. We've got a glare all over my face here. We're in Alabama now. I got to riding along, listening to my podcast, and got fueled up and everything. We've just been driving along, taking it easy, because we didn't have to be over here where we're going for a while. I'm still going to be showing up a couple of hours early to see what happens. Hopefully they'll get me done. I don't have high hopes. I never have high hopes at this place, but we're going to try it. And after we get done from there, we're going to start heading towards the direction of Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to take a pretty fair deadhead over to Memphis to grab one that's going back all the way across to Bloomingdale, Georgia. I was not familiar with where that was at. Turns out it's right there, basically in Savannah, just right up the road from Pooler, Georgia, which is a place where we have a very steady flow of dedicated freight coming out of there. So I should be positioning myself pretty good. I'm not crazy about the deadhead, but it still comes out at a pretty profitable rate and lands me in a spot where I know I'm guaranteed to get a load coming out that will be a pretty good rate without really any deadhead at all. So it'll all make up for itself. But we're rolling up through here. We're at the red light right across from the Tuscumbia, Alabama Loves here. So that means we're getting real close to where we're going in Cherokee over here. We got a good few miles left to go, but not far. We'll be passing up our little turn off to get over to our beloved Walmart that we love parking at over at Muscle Shoals. I was predicting that was where I was going to spend the night at tonight, but we got that little kind of late afternoon offer for Memphis there. So once we get over here, we'll head up Highway 72 for a good few miles and see how far we can get if this place doesn't chew up all of my hours, which they do have a tendency to do sometimes. So I don't know where we'll be staying, but I know where we're going. So there's that. It's been a pretty relaxing drive. I've just been really taking it easy. I haven't been in a hurry. Fuel mileage is looking real good today, considering the fact that I've got 43,000 pounds, 43,500 pounds that I know of in that box. We'll find out what the exact weight is over here at the Cherokee unload over here. That's usually pretty accurate. I don't recall being overloaded on this one yet. But I know what you say, Seth. You should have stopped. You should have stopped at the Catskill to get that loaded. Yeah, maybe so. But my suspension gauge on the truck is usually pretty accurate on getting things right. I mean, it could, at least on my drive axles there, it could still be heavy on the trailer there, but I don't think it is. I haven't had that problem out of that place yet, and there's no scale houses between where I picked up and where I'm going. And I know you can get stopped and get the mobile scales after you and everything. You can get into that ordeal, but I'm confident in my weight and where I've got my axles set. That's just, I'm not a fortune teller that can look at the future and know that for a fact or anything like that. I don't have magical powers, but based on very extensive past experiences in truck driving, I feel like I'm okay. And even if I had got pulled up on mobile scales, that I'd be okay. I know we're gonna get some sticklers. We're gonna get some of them super truckers that are gonna go in the comments and say there ain't no excuse for that, for not stopping and weighing that. But yeah, right, whatever. Any of y'all that's been driving for a long time, y'all know how it goes. If you don't have a scale house you're gonna have to go through, me, you, and just about everybody else besides the super truckers that lie about it are just gonna go on about their way. So, like I said, I'd be willing to bet the crisp $20 bill on the fact that I'm okay on that. So, it is what it is. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. I'm pretty confident in this load. I've done this one quite a few times. I've got a pretty sizable sample size on this truck at this point with the suspension gauge and everything. And I've got a pretty seriously large sample size of a career as a whole to base experiences on. So, like I said, doesn't guarantee that I'm right. Anybody can be wrong. Anybody can make mistakes. We'll find out when we get over here and get on their scale. But pretty confident. I'm going to quit rambling about that. We're we're gonna get through these red lights. One or two more red lights to go before we get where we're going, and we're gonna hopefully get this thing unloaded. I hope they're in a good mood today. I hope there's not a lot of trucks piled up in there, and I hope they're not being stupid sticklers on the appointments today. They've been, it's just hit or miss anymore. They don't always tend to act like they really feel like doing anything there. Sometimes they do it anyways, but a lot of times they're just jerk-offs about it, and they'll make you wait till right at your appointment. They might put you in the door, but they won't a lot of times start unloading you until your appointment time. And when I say unloading at your appointment time, I mean oftentimes an hour past when you were supposed to be unloaded to begin with when they start. Y'all know how it is if you're a truck driver. You get it. But getting a little lengthy, getting a little wordy, getting a little hot-eared and over talkative here. So I'm going to go and get this where it's going, and let y'all know how it goes. See y'all here in a little while. Hello again, everybody. I'm back. I ended up being over there at the paper mill for quite some time. It got dark on me. Couldn't really film anything else as far as when we were getting on down the road or anything like that. And I was too irritated sitting there to really film anything, but we finally got done a little while ago. We moved on down the road a little bit. We're trying to get to Memphis. It was going to be 10:30 by the time I rolled into Memphis, and I'm not playing around with trying to find parking at Memphis at 10:30. That's just not going to happen. If y'all drive, y'all probably understand and would agree. Just not going to happen. Not going to try it. So, I don't have to be there technically where I'm picking up until noon tomorrow. So, I'm going to still try and get there a little early, but I got a little bit of squish time here. So, I just moved on up the road from Cherokee, Alabama to Corinth, Mississippi, to Walmart. I love parking at Walmarts. You got, at least until 11 o'clock, you got bathrooms, got all the food you could need for way cheaper than the truck stop. You got anything else you could need. They're usually around other places to eat. A lot of times they'll be near places that's got things you can go do, sit down restaurants, fast food, whatever. You want to go sit down and watch a ball game or something like that on the TV at a bar or something, Usually can do that. I'm not doing that this evening. Went in and got a couple of groceries. Just chilling out here in the parking lot. I'm going to bed soon. Got me some, I got this. Chunky Soup Ghost Pepper Chicken Noodle. Now, Walmart's going to close in a little while. No, I'm going to have the bathroom. Game of roulette. I hope it works out. We're going to find out. Yeah. But, yeah, that's where we're at. Corinth. We got to get to Memphis tomorrow, load up, and start making a beeline for Bloomingdale, Georgia. A place that I didn't know existed, but apparently is basically Savannah, Georgia. And that'll put me in a good position for another load after that. So, things look like they could be okay this week. We'll see. It was this load it had a late in the evening appointment, so we're getting Monday. We had got Monday off to a late start, and this one don't pick up till middle of the day tomorrow, and don't deliver till the middle of the day Wednesday. So, not looking perfect, but I think it'll all even out. Usually by Monday, all evens out. We'll see. I don't think it'll be any different this time. Hopefully everything goes smooth and that works out. We just rode around today and took it easy because we didn't have to be there in a hurry. I was just kind of going to try to get there early and get it off early, and that did not. I got there early, but they did not get it off early. But I took my time driving. I listened to my podcast, my wrestling podcast, my Jim Cornette drive through. Today was drive through. They didn't. Yeah, this was. He's got two. He's got the experience and the drive through. Today was drive through. Now listen to a little bit of music. I went back to pulled up some old punk. Old band called Sham, S-H-A-M, Sham 69. They were way back in the day. And I think they might still do stuff. I don't know. It's far from being like the original lineup or anything like that if they do. But I was listening back to the old stuff. I love old punk rock. I really do. I'm a sucker for it. This is some of that good old straight out of merry old England punk rock there. So I'm not going to recommend an album or anything. Just pull them up, find the playlist, hit play, listen to it. It's good stuff. And then you can go surfing on the related artists and whatnot. You'll find good stuff. But Sham 69 and just old punk rock in general. That's what I listen to today. Probably listen to it tomorrow. Probably the day after too. I get in these kicks where that's about all I listen to. Yeah. But, ooh, that's a loud car. One of them little fart can sounding cars going by there. But, I'm going to bid you all a farewell on this one. I didn't get a lot on this one. It was a weird day. Weird schedule. And then hung up in the dock. Not exciting. But I'm going to go. I'll get up in the morning. I'll talk to you again. Wherever you're at, whatever time it is. If it's morning, have a good morning. If it's nighttime, have a good night. If it's afternoon, have a good one of those too. Spread positivity where you can. Be good to your fellow people. We all need some positivity in this world. It's a crazy place these days. With that said, I'm going to bid you all a farewell and a good night. It's a good night here. Might not be nighttime when you're watching this, but it's good. It's nighttime here. So good night from me to you all. See you on the next one.